have to do your packet on this. And remember, we have a test tomorrow.
This is really hard. Hey. What in the Soka-Toa just happened? This is the math classroom?
I'm the basic sine. I come to teach you all about sine functions. So we know that sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. So if we look at the sine of 30, that would be 1/2 over 1, which is just 1/2. And the cosine of 30 is the square root of 3 over 2 over 1, which is just the square root of 3 over 2. And the tangent of 30 degrees would be 1/2 over the square root of 3 over 2, which is 1 over the square root of 3, which is equal to the square root of 3 over the square root of 3. So we can see here on the unit circle that the y-coordinate is equal to the length of the opposite side, and the x-coordinate is equal to the length of the adjacent side. So that means that cosine is equal to the x-coordinate, and sine is equal to the y-coordinate. We can see this here, that the y-coordinate of the sine of 30 degrees on the unit circle is equal to 1/2, and the x-coordinate of 30 degrees on the unit circle is equal to the square root of 3 over 2. This is switch for 60 degrees, because the opposite of 60 degrees is the square root of 3 over 2, and the adjacent side is 1/2. And that's all you need to know about finding the angle and coordinate on the unit circle. Now go to sleep.
Where am I? Ah, it's a ghost! I am the ghost of cosine, and I have come here to teach you what to do if your angle is not on the unit circle.
If your number is not on the unit circle, all you gotta do is add or subtract by 360 degrees or by 2 pi radians from the angle until you get something that is on the unit circle. For example, with sine of 480 degrees, all you gotta do is subtract 360 degrees from it, and you would get sine of 120 degrees, which would be square root of 3 over 2. Which means sine of 480 degrees is equal to square root of 3 over 2. If your number is negative, then all you gotta do is add by 360 degrees. For example, cotangent of negative 3 pi over 4, all you gotta do is add 2 pi, which would be cotangent of 5 pi over 4, which would be equal to 1. So cotangent of negative 3 pi over 4 is equal to 1. That's all you need to know of what to do if the angle is not on the unit circle. Now sleep, Charlie, for your final lesson.
On the goals of tangent! And for your final objective, you're going to figure out how to find the sine of a function using the unit circle!
Functions will be positive in the unit circle. We're going to use the acronyms, all shoelaces tie correctly, which means that in the first quadrant, all the trigonometric functions will be positive, shown here as an example of cosine of 45 degrees, sine of 38 degrees, and tangent of 60 degrees. But in the second quadrant, only sine functions will be in the positive. In the third quadrant, only tangent functions will be positive. And in the fourth quadrant, only cosine will be positive. If sine of theta is equal to y over 1, that means the y coordinates are going to be positive. If tangent of theta is equal to y over x, then both the negative y and the negative x coordinates will give us a positive tangent function. If cosine of theta is equal to x over 1, all the x coordinates are going to be positive.
It seems like we have finished the job, and you can go now and pass your trigonometry test!
Now wake up.
I know how to solve this. Oh my god. You're late to next class.